Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day. Today was pretty tough. For some reason, again, the heat, even though I got up and trained, 7 something in the morning, fans going, the heat really got to me. One of the things I noticed though that I do need to work on, I went to do my top set of squats with the SSB. I could not get in my groove at all. The weight felt heavy. The first rep was so high that it's almost comical. So I feel like I'm still kind of getting into my groove with the footing. Now, I went barefooted today because I want to mess with the barefoot training again, and I think that was a factor. So dealing with the same weight, that I did 5 reps with last time, it felt like just trying to get in the groove with the footing difference. It took some reps to get there, and then I just quit at rep 3 because I started feeling really heavy and I wanted to save something for deadlifts. So something I need to work on, but I feel like some of it's just really just footing positions, and if I can get the footing right, my squat will drop right back in. Now that I'm doing good mornings again, that's going to change my squat pattern. And for me, the good mornings actually can help me get to depth easier because they help me learn to push my hips back, which is something I've been missing lately with squats. It's just one reason my squats kind of went terrible. I quit doing good mornings for a long time. And my squat regressed considerably in spite of working on quads and belt squats and other stuff. So again, once I get proficient at these good mornings again, I feel like it will put me right back into my groove. Right, it'll put me back into my groove with that ability to really push the hips back. And pushing the hips back lets you reach depth easier. Right, it lets you reach depth easier. And so again, it's just a matter of trusting the process. I've done all this before. You guys have seen me, squat up to 600 pounds before, in the past. Again, lean mass difference. Plus today, one of the things I noticed, I did not really get carved up heavy enough yesterday, I don't think, because my quads look smaller, my legs look smaller, just versus last week. So again, the thing I'm noticing training in this heat and everything else, and again, seeing what's going on with body composition, I feel like I need to keep upping my carbs. I feel like my calories are too low. I feel like I'm getting leaner at this point instead of growing. And it's not a bad thing, loss of body fat's a good thing. It's beneficial, but, just something to think about. Also, we'll talk about the deadlifts in a minute. The deadlifts felt good, right? I was really happy with that 5 rep set. I left a rep in reserve. And again, that stiff bar on a deficit. So to put in context, like I had someone say the other day, wow, you need to get that up to 10, then you'll be in a good place. And I don't think they understand stiff bar with the deficit of how different that is. I can do 10 reps of 500 pounds on a deadlift right now, right? I throw a deadlift bar on and remove the deficit. I know for a fact I can get 10. That's not a problem. It's that deficit. But when you start talking about getting 10 reps on what I just did there, that's over a 700 pound deadlift is what that would represent. That's not just in a good place. That's crazy strong. For me, if I could even get that to 8 reps off that deficit with the stiff bar, like I'm pretty much good. That is probably as strong as my deadlift would ever need to be. And I would be pretty thrilled with that. I've gotten 6 now. But again, 2 more reps on something like that represents, quite a bit of strength when we're dealing with weights like that. But, people need a context for that. That is a far more difficult lift. So again, we're not talking about just a normal deadlift. And I'm doing these things for a reason. I'm doing the more difficult variations so that I can build more muscle and strength. With less total load, less axial loading right now, so I can focus on recovery. Because I'm trying to build muscle tissue while still training myself to have a high amount of neural drive. So again, we use the safety squat bar, right? We do deficit deadlifts with the stiff bar, and even the safety bar on the good mornings. Will I eventually use other bars and maybe the camber bar? You bet. And that'll be a far better representation of my strength, because the safety bar is really difficult. But I also went ahead and I did only 2 sets of the Good Mornings today. I went ahead and did my normal work set with the 265, then went up to 331. So put that third plate on, knocked out 5 reps. And obviously here, I think everyone can kind of see where my loose skin situation is now. I've had some people say that it looks tighter than when I used to train shirtless, and that might be the case. Could just be from, again, losing body fat over time, things like that. They can all be factors. And hey, that's great if it did. I'm not going to worry about it a lot. I'm not going to worry about it. It's kind of one of those things where, people, again, I've made videos on this. They'll always be like, why don't you get the surgery? And they don't understand what that entails. Like, if I get the surgery, that's it. I'm done powerlifting. Right? Because I can't train. Like, I won't be able to squat or deadlift for a really long time if I did something like that. Of course, the surgery could kill me too. It's not 100% safe. People forget that also. They forget all those things. There's a lot going on there. So it's really not worth it to me. I mean, I want to be able to train. I want to be able to squat and deadlift. I want to be able to bench press. I want to be able to do those things. And, you get a surgery like that, that's it. 4 to 6 months, that stuff's out. What am I going to do? Play with light dumbbells? I'm going to lose all my muscle and strength if I did that. Over what? Making it easier for other men to jerk off to my videos? I want to give up all my dreams for that? Come on, guys. Give up the things that I'm passionate about. So I can go start an OnlyFans. I mean, it's ridiculous when you think about it. But back over to the training. So afterwards, I did my glute ham raises, and then we did 6 sets of 10 on the reverse hypers. But overall, I mean, it was a good productive session, a lot of good stimulus. Nothing was particularly exceptional today. I'm going to have to get used to the barefoot training again. The squats really were, I was very disappointed in that set today compared to my last squat workout. And I couldn't get in the groove. It didn't feel right. But that's okay. The deadlifts were good. The Good Mornings were good. Everything else was good. Right? And here's the deadlifts again for you guys to see. And this set was pretty solid. So again, I got to get used to that. I've got to get more carbs and stuff in, I think, in the evenings on training, before training days, because I'm definitely not filled out there enough, to really be pushing these hard sessions in the heat. And I could tell, again, I wasn't getting the glycogen I needed. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.